How did you view your team's performance today?
Yeah, I thought we played a pretty good game. But we were the better team in the game. Had a relative control of big parts of the game in terms of possession, chances, and unfortunately, if you're not clinical, those things can happen in football. And we got hit at the end.
The chances in particular. How big a concern is it from the players feel like
I don't know. It didn't feel. It's obviously easy when they don't go in, but it is a concern because if you can't be clinical and have some good chances in games, and even not just chances like situations around the box and the last pass or those bits, then it's difficult because it doesn't give you a comforting game of being goals ahead, and it's an obvious one. It's just difficult.
Is that something you look to market in general?
Sure. Said that in the press conference pre-game. I think we're looking to help the squad to have options. You see the bench, they bring on the effect that they can have on the game players, and I'm not disrespecting our bench, but we've got some younger players in there and the attacking options, because that's the part of the pitch really where we want to help the squad. Thank you. Yeah, it's a poor goal, and we had control on the halfway line, and you just feel the stadium getting edgy, and that's not easy for the players at times. But yeah, it's a disappointing goal. But it's a transitional moment, and Traore came on. He did affect the game with his pace and his power, and stretched the game a little bit. And it doesn't even really connect with the cross as I saw it, and then it ends up falling to them. One of those circumstance ones.
In that moment, just inside the stadium, the players passing around, maybe looking for ball in the field. Do you think it kind of affects the players' decision making, maybe the blueprint where they can feel that from everyone on top of them around in the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I played for nearly 20 years, so I know how it can affect a player. And of course, the better players have confidence in themselves to do what they want to do. But I thought for 90% of the game, I liked our decision making today. I think we probably could have moved it a little bit quicker at times in the first half, but we had a good sense of control. With the last phase of the game, I think just before they scored, I think we should have been more positive with the pass and maybe hit a couple of diagonals because they were just back. In the end, we tried to go longer and they counter-attacked and scored. But yeah, it's easy for me to sit here and say the players should just carry on making the right decisions as we tell them, but of course it can have an effect. Yeah, I can speak about those things, but I didn't have a lot to say on that front today because absolutely effort was there and energy in the game was there. And Boxing Day games are not easy. It is a funny time of year, but the effort and energy and the quality of our play enough to create chances to win the game, I thought. And so that's just the visuals of losing a game in the last minute as opposed to if we take our chances and win it. I think we probably come away and game pretty pleased with that performance, and it's 3 points which we want and need. And obviously that flips. But I wouldn't. My feeling or vantage point on it is that it doesn't change what the performance was for me. And the performance was enough to win the game. And by the way, Wolves are a good team. They're not a poor team. They're near the bottom of the table for different reasons. But when you look at the starting team and what they can bring in off the bench, they're a really competitive team. We've got no right to play them off the park. I thought we played a good game and we're unfortunate to lose, in simple terms.
You mentioned missed chances, you mentioned being benches of the two teams. Can you see this situation getting markedly better without substantial work?
We'll see. I mean, we've got Dominic hopefully coming back for City, potentially, maybe Brighton. And you can't, I said it the other day again, you can't underestimate the strength or power of losing a player of that who's been a big part of this club for a good few years in terms of a goal return alongside Richie. So when you haven't got that in isolation, that Dominic question is a big one, and hopefully he'll remain fit for us. And then can we help around that to have people who are going to keep pushing and maybe give us some different attributes in terms of being more clinical. Simple as that. Match fitness. Yeah, so we pushed him a little bit this week, and he not ready to play basically.
Going for the great last season and the fans really wanted to stay up. some footmen say, well, they understand the play, you call them to be a little bit more patient. You do that half time with 1-1.
I think it's understandable at Bournemouth away. I didn't like the performance, and as a fan I would have an absolute understanding of not liking that and travelling and paying your money. I think today, the lads played well and had all the right intentions. So for that, I'd love the crowd to stick with them on that point, because we saw what a positive it can be last year. So let's not come away from that. That's my feeling. And I'm close to it, obviously, and I'm in the dressing room with them, and I know what they want, and I know that they want to play and do the right thing. And sometimes when we move the ball through the pitch and got to the other side and attack quickly, for me that's great football. I love watching it. And all of a sudden we're attacking out of a tight area. And I think if we can really appreciate that stuff and what we're trying to do, and I'm not asking us to play 100 passes in our own third. I wouldn't do that. It's not the kind of coach I am anyway. But to be a bit brave on the ball, I think is nice to see when good players want to play. So for that point, yeah, I think I'd like that to get some backing, because this is the Premier League, and the reality is we haven't got Dominic, so the direct option is not there for us so much anyway. So we don't want to keep giving the ball back to the other team. It's definitely something we can get better on. Give them a bit of time. As I say, it's not one where I want to come in and say anything too negative to them. Small things. Every game has small details, but we have to just take it on the chin tonight as such, and come tomorrow, a bit of time off for the lads, and then start prepping for Man City and go again, because this is football. And I've said it before, this is my opinion. This year was always going to be a tough year off the back of where we were, off the back of how the summer went. We're trying to improve, but it will be baby steps, and sometimes from where we are in the league you have periods like we're in at the minute, but today we deserve to win the game, and I think so we'll hang on to those positives, because there was a lot of good stuff from my coaching point of view, but not the right result. No. Just to move him and see if I can help him to get comfort in his position and the game to be in front of him, and use his qualities in that deeper area to move the ball, to be able to make not recovery tackles but protect in front of the back four, and also jump from that deeper area. He's very good at that. So I think there's been times where I wanted to try and get him that little bit higher up, but I think for today it felt like it was a better option for him to be deeper. I thought he did well. Cramp. We hope it's cramp.
All right, thanks.
Thanks all. Thank you. Cheers.